You can see that the first one over here, just an example, if the question is on consumer price index, then this data is given to you. Of these resources I've shared with you, so you have to go through these resources. I have written the explanation as well. So just to show you the importance of these uh, things which I am sending you on the group. For example, if I say that in this MCQ, it is given that there are four categories which are given: food, housing, recreation, and transport. So the percentage price change in a given year is given. So, and weights are also given. And what are weights? The amount of proportion of money which you spend on a particular product. If they are saying that which price change will affect the level of the CPI most, you just have to multiply these two: price, percentage price change multiplied by the weight. And the highest value which you are going to get, that will be the thing which has the most impact. So if you multiply 5 and 0.3, you will get 1.50. Similarly, 0.20 multiplied by 6, that is for housing, you will get 1.20. Recreation, the product 3 into 0.40 is 1.20, and transport is 0.4 when you multiply 4 and 0. So the highest one is basically food. So we can say that option A, food, will have the most say in the consumer price index, because this is going to take the highest, will be having the highest impact on inflation, on the consumer price index. So the food inflation, this means, is very high. I repeat myself, what is the main criteria? You multiply food, that is the percentage price change, multiplied by the weights. For each category, whichever have the highest value coming in, that will be your answer. And that answer shows that this is the price change which will affect the CPI the most. So these are all the resources sent to you, just an example shown to you. For example, this is another resource which you people are having. It is already shared on the group. And likewise, production possibility curve. This is a topical MCQ which I have taken from the past papers. The diagram shows the PPC for a country, and its current PPC passes through the point Q, and you see that point Q is on the PPC, and S. So S and Q are present on the PPC currently. But the country is also currently experiencing unemployment. If there is now full employment, so there are three different things which they are telling you simultaneously. The third thing is they are telling that if there is now full employment at the same time as new agricultural techniques enable an increase in the productivity, so it means that the agriculture products are improving, what would be the movement on the PPC? So you have to consider all these options. The first information says, look at the explanation. The country was experiencing unemployment, which means a point under the PPC. So first of all, it was unemployment. Now they are moving towards employment. So that is point P, where it is having unemployment. That is the first point of information they gave. Now the economy is at full employment. So therefore, it must be on the PPC. R is on the PPC. This point R is also showing more production of agriculture products. So the PPC movement is from point P to R. Why P to R? Because you know that the agriculture products are gaining more output because there is progress in the agriculture output. So you were underemployed because there was an unemployment. Now you have achieved employment, so you go to the PPC and to the highest point on the PPC where the agriculture products are the highest, at the highest. So the movement is from point B to point R. Option A. So this is just an example to show you that these resources are there. Please read that they are extremely important. Now the thing which we have to consider is to see the past papers which I have taken out. This is June 21. This was the paper the last batch has given. And the chat option is open. Try to pick up your answer. Now you can see it very clearly. The first answer is C. Which choice would be classed as part of the basic economic problem? To use land for industry rather than agriculture. Because of the scarcity, because of the limited options, you have to choose one of the options. Look at option A, they are saying to use direct taxes rather than the. This is basically a very limited scenario, and this is related to policy, basically. So it is very limited. So that's why we can't pick this, and not really related to scarcity. To use fiscal, rather again the policy is there in part B, option B also. D, to use tariff rather than import quota. That is also a practical, you know, policy which we. So C is the correct answer. Question number 2. The use of digital technology has led to a major increase in buying goods online. Yes. Try this one. Yes, take your time. The use of digital technology has led to a major increase in buying goods online. ये बहुत सारे बच्चे फंस गए थे इसमें. So make sure that you answer it in the chat. Chat is open. Capital is basically machinery, labor, you know that, the workers. No answers? The use of digital technology has led to a major increase in the buying goods online. Machinery capital to increase हो गई होगा. That's something which you have to increase because you are moving towards a more capital intensive production. That's true. But the labor will also be required more because you have to deliver it. कैसे भेजोगे? रोबोट के जरिए भेजोगे? फेंक दोगे सामान? नहीं. You have to buy. You have to engage some of the labor as well. So the labor will also increase. D is the correct option. Good. Number 3. Pick up your answer. This is easy. Yes, all the students answer it. It's very easy. Okay. B is the correct answer. The B, why B is the correct answer? We are saying X to Y. So Zainab, just have a look at this. X to Y. X to Y, if you shift the opportunity cost of producing more consumer goods. If you are producing more consumer goods, then there will be an opportunity cost of the capital goods. So which cost can be determined as the economy moves along its PPC from X to Y? You can easily find out the opportunity cost of producing more. So it means that you are moving from here to here, and look, you are producing this much capital goods. Now you are producing less capital goods. It means that you are shifting from here. This is the opportunity cost of what? Of producing more of the consumer goods. So you pick B as the correct answer. Try part 4. Question number 4. The city of Lviv in Ukraine has built a new airport terminal. You people are now going to A levels. Majority of the teachers are going to teach you in Urdu. So be ready for it. आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि आप किसी पीले स्कूल में पढ़ रहे हैं. बड़े कॉलेजेस की बात कर रहा हूँ. चीडर्स, निक्सर और तमाम चीजें, अल्फा सब उर्दू में पढ़ाएंगे. जरा इनके जस्ट चेक द यूट्यूब चैनल्स. कुछ तो पश्तो में पढ़ाते हैं. Okay. Amna gave the answer C. Okay, so if we consider question number 4, there will be an increase in the level of economic growth. That's correct. The city of Lviv in Ukraine has built a new airport terminal, and it now has flights to more than 20 destinations, which is trying to get more flights in and out of the city. Economic activity, high economic activity is there. What is a possible macroeconomic impact? Impact can be positive. Impact can also be negative. और जो negative impact होता है उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Consequence. So it means that there will be an increase in the level of economic growth. जब भी आपकी economic activity बढ़ती है and you are achieving economic growth, GDP is increasing, it means that there will be a lot of traveling going on. So that's why 4C is the correct answer. Okay. Zainab, I want you to answer this question number 5. जितनी practice करोगे उतने marks आएंगे. हर रोज, every day you have to do at least 3 papers. 3 papers करने रोज 5 papers से starting from 2014. What is found in a mixed economy? Easy question. Economic goods are provided only by the private sector. No, economic goods are the goods for which we pay, and basically there are some economic goods for which the government will also charge you. Economic goods are provided only by the public sector. No, it's not true. It has to be economic goods, involves opportunity costs, and we have to pay for them. So it is not necessary that all of that is provided by the public. Public sector means government sector, but government. Public goods are provided only by the private sector. ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता because public goods are non-excludable, non-rivals. They have to be provided by the government. Majority of the time they are free of cost. And public goods are provided only by the public sector. That's true. Because why the private sector will not involve in the production of public goods? Who will answer that? Zainab, don't worry about it. Your options will be starting correcting if you just go through the MCQs, but you at times you have to do the somewhat of the theory as well. Then you will connect. 26, 27 will be an A star. 22, 23 will be an A out of 30. Yes. Do you remember the term? Which term is that because of which the private sector is not involved in the provision of public goods? कोई जल्दी से बताए क्या टर्म होती है जिसकी वजह से जो प्राइवेट सेक्टर है वो कभी भी पब्लिक गुड्स नहीं बनाएगा? व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम विच दे फेस? यह भी बच्चों का एमसीक्यू ग्रेड 9 में दिया था मैंने सवाल. किसी का भी आंसर नहीं आया? द आंसर इज फ्री राइडर प्रॉब्लम. इट इज नोन एज द फ्री राइडर प्रॉब्लम. मेरिट गुड्स तो अलग हो जाता है, ये तो पब्लिक गुड्स का मैं पूछा था, राइट? Question number 6. What causes the price of a good to increase? Yes. Pick up. Don't worry if it is wrong. Just pick your option correctly. With confidence. अच्छा क्वेश्चन है बहुत. C. अच्छा, हमने आज given C. Just check. अब इसको explain करता हूँ. अगर मैं let's see if I take the first option. If I take this option A, the cost of labor falls, this means that the cost of production is decreasing. The final price of the product will decrease. Now, if the cost of raw material phase, again, the same thing, cost of production will decrease and the prices will also decrease because the producer think that they are achieving economies of scale or they are, having the lesser cost of production. So, if they decrease the price, it will sell more, revenue will increase. C. The incomes of consumer falls. If the income of the consumer falls, then the demand will decrease. And when the demand decreases, you know that the price will also decrease. The things which are more in demand, they will have higher prices. What about part D? Option D, the price of a complementary goods are jointly demanded. For example, shoe and shoe polish. So if the price of the complement falls, for example, if bread is getting less expensive or cheaper, its price is going down, what will happen? Its demand will increase. If bread's demand is increasing, then the butter, which is also a complementary of bread, its demand will also increase. and its price will also increase because we see that when the demand is increasing for a product, its price will go up. D is the correct option. आमना हादिया ज़ैनब ज़ैनब कुछ बच्चे आए फिर भाग गए. आई डोंट नो. 4 बच्चे हैं. मेरा काम तो पढ़ाना है. जिस तरह इमरान खान का काम है लोगों को बुलाना. अब आए नहीं आए तो क्या कर सकते हैं. जो अभी नहीं पढ़ेगा ना उसका एमसीक्यूज पेपर 1 में इतना गंदा ग्रेड बन जाएगा कि वो मिल मिला के जो है उसका काम हो जाएगा. तो एमसीक्यूज के लिए जो है वो यही बताना बच्चों को कि सर बोल रहे थे कि नहीं अगर आप समझोगे कि आपके पेपर खत्म हो गए मैंने पढ़ना ही नहीं है मैं चिल करूंगा तो फिर वो चिल हो जाएगा आखिर में. ओके, क्वेश्चन नंबर 7, पिक द आंसर. The price elasticity of demand, perfectly inelastic. What is inelastic? It means that there is a higher change in price as compared to the change in demand. People will still buy it. Okay, so when the price of the good rises, अभी क्या है perfectly inelastic है. What happens to the total spending on the good? और हम ये कह रहे हैं basically कि it is a price inelastic product, so you have to buy it in any ways. So if you have to buy it, for example, petrol hai. If I have a bike, motorcycle, for example, then I have no substitutes available. So I have to use the same amount of petrol if I'm just going to the job and coming back. तो मुझे तो खरीदना है, right? Because it is perfectly inelastic. अब अगर उसकी प्राइस रिसेंटली कितनी 60 रुपीज बढ़ गई ऑन एवरेज तो मेरी क्या चीज बढ़ेगी सोच के बताओ. व्हाट शुड बी इंक्रीज्ड. मैं तो अमाउंट वही खरीद रहा हूँ वही क्वांटिटी दे रहा हूँ लेकिन प्राइस बढ़ गई है. सो इट मीन्स दैट द टोटल स्पेंडिंग माय टोटल स्पेंडिंग ऑन द प्रोडक्ट विल इंक्रीज क्योंकि उसकी प्राइस बढ़ रही है और वो परफेक्टली price inelastic and I have to buy that product in any ways. So it will rise. So 7D. Let's move on to the last question of this paper. ये paper जरूर करना है. It's a very good paper. 30. थोड़ा सा tricky है. Try it. A large clothing manufacturer has factories in more than one country. What is not a reason why a company might decide to produce internationally? Yes. बहुत से बच्चे इसका बी आंसर लिखेंगे लेकिन आंसर इसका सी है बेसिकली. क्यों बी और सी काफी क्लोज थे. रीजन इज दैट देखो ये कह रहा है कि व्हाट इज नॉट अ रीजन why a company might decide to produce internationally. Internationally means that they are becoming a multinational company. It is not about trading. If it is about trading only, then B can be the answer. But because they are saying producing internationally, it's a multinational company. Multinational company will definitely think about going to a particular country, if there is availability of the raw materials, they will consider it as a factor. High cost of transporting finished products, they may think basically that if there is high cost of transporting the finished goods to a particular area, they will start and they will go for a multinational rather than sending the things to that particular country. They will produce in that country. So this is also the reason they want to start a multinational. To serve the local markets more, yes, a multinational is going to serve the local markets more easily. That is one of the objectives of the multinationals. But C, to ensure that wage rates are equal in all factories, ये इनका काम ही नहीं है. This is not their job. They should get the multinationals तो वो होती हैं basically they exploit the labor. So this is not the reason because of which they will start a multinational in some other country. Don't worry. देखो, when you take the first step, कोई इंसान for example बहुत अरसे से वो बेड पे लेटा हुआ है और फिर वो जब उठता है कुछ बीमार हो या कोई फॉल्ट, या सुबह जब आप सो के उठते हैं आपकी एनर्जी लेवल्स कम होते हैं, राइट? आहिस्ता यू गेट योर एनर्जी. तो ये वैसे ही है, ये आपका फर्स्ट स्टेप है. अभी आप जब पेपर सॉल्व करेंगे एंड रीड द थिंग्स व्हिच आई एम सेंडिंग यू, इंशाल्लाह यू विल गेट, ये सब सही होने लगेगा. आई डोंट एक्सपेक्ट एनी स्टूडेंट जो ज़्यादातर जो होते हैं बेसिकली 2-3 गलतियां होती हैं स्टूडेंट्स. हम ये कोशिश करते हैं बेसिकली कि यू शुड गेट लाइक ऑल द एमसीक्यूज करेक्टली, बट ऐसा मुश्किल है. 2-3 एमसीक्यूज दे मे गो रॉन्ग, यू विल हैव द डिफिकल्टी इन सॉल्विंग दैट. So don't worry about that. उसकी वजह से आपका बाकी पेपर मुतासिर नहीं होना चाहिए. So this is just the starting of it. और ये याद रखना कि जैसे मैंने एक्सक्लूसिवली अपने नोट्स आप लोगों के साथ शेयर किए वो किए, तो वो आपके लिए एक बेनिफिट हुआ. जिन बच्चों ने पढ़े वो नोट्स उनको बहुत फ़ायदा हुआ होगा, जिनको जो रिसोर्सेज मैंने भेजी हैं बहुत स्पेसिफिकली वो लिखेंगे. उसके नहीं पढ़ा जिन्होंने, अब मुझे नहीं मालूम, लेकिन सारे बच्चों ने तो बोला कि हमने उसको रीड किया था और ये वो. तो देखते हैं. बहरहाल पेपर 2 ज़्यादातर अच्छा हुआ है, लेकिन पेपर 1 के लिए हमें एफर्ट डालना पड़ेगा. तो यू नीड प्रैक्टिस. ठीक है, इंशाल्लाह सी यू टुमारो. अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.